What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Life by the Bow, and I am pumped today. Reason why is because today we're talking boats. For those of you that don't know, I am a boat enthusiast. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So first things first, if you guys aren't already subscribed, go ahead, hit the subscribe button right now, just because we come out with weekly fishing and boating videos down here in the Florida Keys where we throw lifestyle smack dab right in the middle of it. So they're super fun to watch and they're easy to watch, at least we hope so. So before we get going, go ahead, hit the button, give us a like, and if there's anything you'd like to add in this video, go ahead, write it in the comment section below, just in case I missed something. But if it's got negativity, get that out of here. We don't condone any of that around here, all positive vibes. So if I still have you guys, I appreciate it. Let's go ahead, let's start talking about why we run the bay boat more than the center console. When we first got the center console, we had tons of questions asking, where's the Pathfinder? And then once we started doing more videos in the Pathfinder, which is our 23-foot bay boat, we started getting questions asking, where's the Contender? So to keep it very plain and simple for you guys, we have both boats. We own both boats and we plan on keeping both boats. Reason why? It's because you open up your toolbox, you have tons of tools in there. There's all different types of tools to do the job. Though you can have a universal tool that does everything, that's typically what the market tells us about bay boats. The bay boat doesn't do it all, therefore that's why we choose to have a center console, and the center console doesn't do it all. So that's why we choose to have the bay boat in addition to the center console. Down here in the Florida Keys, we have tons of options. We have offshore fishing, we have reef fishing, we have nearshore fishing, we have fishing in the channels, we have inshore fishing, we have flats fishing, we have mangrove fishing. There's all different types of fishing to do down here in the Florida Keys. Not to mention, we're about 80 miles away from the Bahamas, so we definitely have a lot of different things that we can do down here on the water. So that's why we have both boats. We have both boats to fulfill our dreams based on all the things that we want to do. The bay boat is perfect for certain things, for certain options, whereas the center console is perfect for certain applications. And at the end of the day, you always want the right tool to do the job. Now, why such a big center console? That's what everybody makes a big hype about. What's the point of having a 40-foot boat when you can have a 30-foot boat, or you can even have, you know, the bay boat to cross the Bahamas if you really wanted to? The simple matter of it all, the reason why these boats are so big and the reason why we chose such a big boat is simply because we want to be able to go places and we want to be safe, we want to be comfortable, and we don't want to have to worry about the weather. Our 30-footer was a great boat, great size, and if I had to suggest a size of a center console for anybody, 30-footer, you know, it was that perfect size. Wasn't too big, but at the same time, it wasn't too small. But a lot of the times we found ourselves in situations when we were running back and forth from the Bahamas, we were just like, dang, we wish we had a bigger boat. And we plan on doing island hopping, so that extra 10 feet is going to go a long way for us. And you should be perfectly comfortable running back and forth from the Bahamas and doing long trips offshore, which is exactly what we intend to do with that boat. So we plan on hanging on to that boat for a really, really long time. We plan on doing a lot of different long range trips in that boat, and that's exactly what it's meant for, and that's exactly why we have it. Now, on the other hand, the bay boat. Now, the bay boat is awesome. I absolutely love the bay boat. I just love bay boats in general. I don't have a specific taste towards one bay boat over the other. There's a ton of great options out there. There's tons of different manufacturers, all at different price points. So at the end of the day, you need to find what's best for you if you're looking into a bay boat. But overall, the reason why I choose to run the bay boat overall more than anything is just because it's that one universal tool that you can basically do everything out of. On a calm day, I've been out as far as 30 miles. There's guys that go out 50, 80, 100 miles in bay boats. Me, on the other hand, I don't need to go that far. The furthest that we really need to go down here in the Keys is about 30 miles, and I've been that far. Then again, I can go into the backcountry. I can go flats fishing, mangrove fishing, and you know, I can get that boat in anywhere between 12 to 14 inches, which is huge for a bay boat. Most bay boats, they draft a lot nowadays just because the market is tailoring more towards that hybrid bay boat, just to meet the family and the consumer demands. Me, on the other hand, I like a small bay boat. That 23 is a very small bay boat, doesn't have much dead rise, so I can get really, really shallow with it, and I can still do some true inshore fishing out of that boat, whereas these hybrid bay boats, you can't really do that. You got to kind of stick to the deeper creeks and the deeper water. So that's why I choose that bay boat specifically. One thing I have to say though is I've noticed I've deviated a lot more away from inshore fishing as I've gotten older, and I definitely like offshore fishing a lot more. And I definitely do wish I was in a bigger bay boat some days, but it gets the job done. I love it. It's a cool little boat. It's fast. You know, it does well in the backcountry, but at the same time, if I get that slicked out calm day, I walk off the balcony and I look out and it looks beautiful, I'm gonna take the bay boat almost every single time. Why? Because it's easier to do as a one-man band. You know, my fiance, which is now my wife, I'm sure when you guys are watching this video, she does everything in the house. I do all the boat stuff. So if we're going out, just her and I'm gonna take the bay boat because it's gonna be so much easier for me to prepare that boat, get it in the water all by myself. At the same time, it costs way less to maintain. We're servicing one motor versus three. If something needs to be fixed, it's typically always going to be a little cheaper on a smaller boat than a bigger boat, and the smaller boat is more DIY. Though I do know how to work on bigger boats, it's just always easier to deal with something smaller than something bigger, and that goes for all scenarios, whether it's a bigger house, bigger RV, bigger car, whatever toys you're getting into. Bigger is always more comfortable, but it's not necessarily always the best option. So luckily, and to conclude, we definitely do have the best of both worlds, being able to have both boats. Some people may think it's a little ridiculous to have two boats, but at the end of the day, boating down here in the Florida Keys, it's a lifestyle. It's what we do on a weekly basis, and ultimately, if you can have two, have two. There's some people that have 3, 4, 5. It sounds crazy, but these are all true stories. But at the end of the day, always find what works best for you. And for us, you know, having that center console to go on those far trips or go out on a really nasty day where you don't even want to think about weather is definitely a great option to have. But if you do get that inshore itch, or you want to just go to the sandbar, or you know, you want to do some bar hopping, go to some different restaurants around town, you know, we'll take the bay boat, drop the power poles, and just keep things very plain, very simple, very easy. Just a little extra to add in there. We typically like running the bay boat in the Life by the Bow videos, simply because we have so much going on between, you know, the cameras and all the extra stuff, that on a nice calm day, the bay boat definitely does simplify things. But if things get nasty, we do wish that we were always in the center console, but the workload's up there, the cost of running the boats up there, everything is increased, and it always eats into our budget whenever we're going out on a film shoot. So hopefully that clears up absolutely everything for you guys. We don't plan on selling either boat anytime soon. We like to hang on to our boats for a little while, unless we were approached by a manufacturer with a good opportunity, which is something that we hope we can work towards in the near future. But at the end of the day, like I've mentioned, if you guys aren't already subscribed, I suggest doing so, because you guys get to see the latest videos that we have for you guys on a weekly basis with the highest production value possible that we can put in, given the time and how fast we actually pump these videos out. But until next time, We will see you guys next week. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys watching.